You know, early on when I first got here, my sheriff had always dropped the idea of us having an app. We tinkered around with first wanting to create a new website so that we could integrate the app into the website. I didn't want it to be this long, drawn-out process that would take up a bunch of my time when I already wear 10 other hats at the agency. And I was pleasantly surprised at how well managed it was, how smooth it was. It was so easy for me to just tell them what I wanted and they created it. It was overnight. I felt relieved and I felt like I was accomplishing one of the huge projects that my sheriff wanted from me from the beginning by partnering with the Sheriff app. And so I was just so relieved at how easy the process was and how well it was received by the public and by our agency. For us, we need to keep up with the times. And the times are pushing towards instant notification, instant gratification, instant knowledge, instant news. And we have tried to keep up with that as an agency. And I think the community response has just been, we're just so glad that you guys always keep us informed. We feel so informed. We feel like we know the sheriff. We feel like we always know what's happening in our communities. So if that's the case, I'm doing my job.
The community really likes the app. We get a lot of positive feedback on it. We know that they enjoy the push alerts. We know that they use all the features of the app, the being able to see who's in jail and everything like that. So that they really enjoy us having that extra level of communication that the app provides, as opposed to just a static website or typical social media channels. And we've gotten a lot of good engagement with the app. The downloads, have steadily increased, and they use it on a daily basis. You can look at the metrics that come on the dashboard, and you can see how many interactions we get with that app in a week, and it's a very high number.
One of the biggest things that the community likes to see is if there's a major traffic incident, receiving a push notification before they leave work or before they leave house to travel to work or school or wherever their final destination is. They get this information in real time at the palm of their hands because we're always pushing out information to the community about roads to avoid, maybe due to a major construction incident, major traffic crash incident, or some unknown cause that's causing a roadway to be closed. The community truly and genuinely likes that feature the best.
Being able to use the Sheriff app in a crisis or in any type of emergency is unquestionably has brought a benefit to my job. As a one-person PIO, I am in charge of all of the information going out. And so I'm always looking for ways to make my job easier, to save time. And the Sheriff app has absolutely allowed me to do that. But as more and more people move almost strictly to using their smartphone to do this job, I found that I absolutely need to do that in the field when I'm responding to an emergency. And I don't have the benefit of my computer in front of me. So even when times have called for us that we've needed to make a change on the app, this company has been so responsive at understanding the nature of the urgency of our business and being able to be flexible enough to make changes on the fly so that we can properly serve our citizens. So communication is at the heart of what we do in public service, and it really runs everything. So to be the person responsible for the public communication from our agency is a responsibility I don't take lightly. And so I want to have all the tools available to me that I can use to do my job to the best of my ability. And the Sheriff app is one of those tools that just makes my job easier and makes me feel like I'm truly making a difference in serving the public.
And this is not the first app we've tried. We've tried a couple of other creating our own apps in the past, and they really were, I could best describe them as kind of lame. Didn't excite anybody to really tune in. The Sheriff app has been really effective. And it has basically what it does is it brings your website where people could go on your website and look up stuff. This kind of brings your website to life. It's a website on steroids. And I've seen on other social media sites, people recommending it. Say, hey, if you're looking for a good local government app to get you information in real time on road closures, serious accidents, go to the Sheriff's app. So people promote it as being a really good thing, and I was really pleased to see that. I'm satisfied with it, and I wouldn't even consider getting rid of it. And if you don't have something like this, you need to get it. Your citizens want information. They don't want every bit of information in the world. They want important information. They want information that they believe can help keep them safe, help make their life easier. When they get an alert, a website doesn't give you an alert. But people want text. And I can tell you, my citizens want to get text from us through this app. You can provide them information and they will feel that they're important because you're transmitting this information directly to them and directly to their phone. It's invaluable. And if you don't have this app, I think you're really missing out on a real effective tool of communication that will bring your citizens closer to you. This is the missing piece of communication that goes directly from you to your citizens in the form of an app to their phone that everybody carries around. And if you're not using this missing piece, you're missing out.
Using the police app has been a huge benefit for us, and it's been extremely user-friendly. We don't have to wait on a news release to being put together, pushed out to the media, who then has to put a story together to share it, coming directly from the source, and we're able to connect with our community. We want people to feel comfortable coming to law enforcement, to report an issue, to be able to connect and have those things right at somebody's fingertips. That's been a huge help for us.
If I was talking to one of my peers, another police chief that was, on the fence about whether or not to get an app, I would tell him, don't be fearful, don't be apprehensive about the change, because at the end of the day, your citizens are going to have more trust and more faith in you that you're doing the right things, because you're going to get an opportunity to tell them you're doing the right things. Being able to control that message and get what you want to get out to your public and do it quickly prevents misunderstandings. The citizens need communication, and they need it quickly, honestly, and truthfully. And this app gives us the ability to do that. And no police chief anywhere can do without that nowadays. That is a demand that the public has of us, and this app fills that need.
I depend on my smartphone technology for pretty much everything. I'm always going to have my phone with me. I have hundreds of apps on my phone, and I don't have notifications on for very many of them. I have it for the police department and for text messaging, and that's it. I think the role of technology with law enforcement and emergency management agency is just to inform, to let you know in real time what's going on.
With this type of app that we're using today, it's a push notification. We have the ability to push out notifications, whether it's a hazmat call, whether it's a fire call, whether it's just general information. So we've used this app on different businesses. We've used it for the realtors. We've used it for through BSU, our utilities department. If they have a water main break, we partner with them and we'll push out that notification to them also. We've used it with different public events also with the city. If we're going to do something for the city, and they may have a road closure in downtown Bonita Springs. So, and when we started this, we looked at it for the reason of hurricanes. We provide sandbags and sand at this fire station. So this would, again, instead of getting 30 phone calls, please download our app. All the information will be on that. So in this day and age with apps being so prevalent, I think that that's the reason why.
One of the things that we really wanted was to be able to send notifications to our community about hazardous weather or about traffic issues that we wanted them to avoid. And it's really helped our firefighters on scene with multi-vehicle collisions, because hopefully the people who are utilizing the app get these push notifications and know to avoid the area. Same with wildfires. Wildfires has been a big issue here in Bonita Springs, so we're able to notify our community when we have a prescribed burn going on, where it's going to be, where they're going to see columns of smoke, and why it's okay to see that, not to worry. And so it gives our community peace of mind, which is really what we're here for.
I chose this particular app after doing some research. I felt that it could meet the needs on multiple levels for my health department. It allows us to notify patients quickly if there's a change in weather conditions, clinics are going to be closed. If we've had to change anything in our daily operation, boil orders, or if there has been a chemical spill off a railway car. It has been wonderful for us. We can enter the information and we can send out to multiple platforms, and it's immediate notification for the recipients.
We decided to deploy a mobile app for the West Central Health District because we needed something that would allow us to get messages and information to our communities in a much faster way. There's many other agencies that use mobile apps, and we didn't want to be left behind. The app makes pushing notifications to the public super easy. So as we have done in the past, we have traditional means of information. We have the news and radio, we have commercials and billboards, but we know that currently people rely on their cell phones. It's in our hands and we take it wherever we go. We take it into meetings, we take it to our doctor's appointments. So we know that that's something that's common. So we want to be a part of that common trend. We want our information to be just as easy to get as the information that you get on the mobile app for your grocery store. So we want public health and our information and our education to be easily accessible, and a mobile app and having it on the convenience of your phone is the best way to do that. So any information that we have, whether it's about an upcoming event, whether it's our Public Health on Wheels that's going out into the community, we want people to know where that Public Health on Wheels mobile unit will be deployed. Which neighborhood will it be in? Which grocery store will it sit at? So that people can understand how to easily access our services, and the mobile app helps us to do that.
It's important that emergency managers push information out to their residents as quickly as possible. And nowadays, everybody wants information immediately. So through the myemaapp.com, we're able to push out messages through the interface that's provided through the app. So that information gets pushed out to the residents pretty quickly. And you can also designate different groups that you may want to push information out to through the app also. So if you're not going out to the general public and you want it to go just like maybe to just the law enforcement agencies or other groups, you can push a direct message to them. And it's easily done through a computer web interface. It's easy to use. The ability for the app to pull in the National Weather Service information and deploy that information to the residents without me having to import that information is a great help to the citizens. As hurricane warnings and hurricane watches get released by the National Hurricane Center, those are automatically pushed to the app. The app allows us to be able to take our emergency preparedness handbook that's available in print. We can take portions of that information and put it inside the app, and the residents can go and select that particular publication and read different items that are in there, and it's available online through the app.
We chose a mobile app in order to be able to find a means to reach out to the community. Our goal was to really find something that will be versatile and allow us to both reach out and notify individuals as well as provide some public education. So we chose myemaapp.com as our application because of the versatility of it. It allows us the flexibility of being able to adapt and change the application as needed, add information and push notifications to the public with information that we find critical during important emergencies within our county. So within My EMA app, we find that the community most utilizes our push notifications, the information that we're sending out to them. So when we have an emergency or information that we need to get out, the public seems to like the receiving that information from us directly. And that's the feature that they like the most about the My EMA app. One of the things that I use the most within the EMA app is our power outage application. So using the application, we're able to identify what parts of the community have power outages during a large-scale event. So if we have a windstorm that comes through our area, we're able to tag back to the local utility company's website and be able to identify what areas of the county have outages, how many outages we have, and that's great information that we can not only use for ourselves, but the community can also have access to, and that's another feature that the community seems to like the most.
So to have that tool in your pocket, in your purse, in your Go Kit, in your vehicle, when you're having to push critical information out and it's not a blue sky day, has been a huge blessing for our county. I don't know how people how they do it, because social media is rapid. You better be on top of that within just a few seconds, or there'll be a story being told and unfolding that may not be your story. So if you want it to be your story and your mark and your brand and you're the trusted source or one of several, you want to be on top of that and get it out quick. Having the push out notifications, ways to put that information out quickly, it's gold. The top reason to have this app is to be relevant at all times with your citizens and the customers that you're serving. Your citizens are your customers. Make sure they're getting timely information, accurate information, and it gets it out quick. That is our top reason to provide excellent service to the citizens that we serve. And the way to do that is to have an app that you can push it out, get it out quickly, and move on to the next thing you need to do.